Welcome back to the transfer show, the Saints FC transfer show here on the Football Martin channel. Loads to cover over the next 20 minutes or so. We've got more Tyler Dibbling news, but we'll come to that shortly. But I want to kick off with some of the stories that are circulating today. And there's one journalist that's actually been quite busy speaking about Southampton. He's actually a Southampton fan and he is a mainstream journalist. And I'm going to bring you what Jack Rosser has had to say today. Seems like he's got some links inside Staplewood and he is getting stories and he's leaking them. So it's interested what I've been reading from him today. But there was a story that's kind of stood out to me above anything is what you see on the thumbnail of this video. And that is around West Bromwich Albion winger Tom Fellows, a player that I really, really like. And I did a feature with 442 several weeks ago, and they were asking about somebody that you love to see sign for your club that you thought could potentially be realistic. And Tom Fellows was actually the player that I put in that article, and that's been published. It went out, I think, a couple of days ago, but I did the article weeks and weeks ago. He's a player I really like, and we need wingers. But we don't just need any winger. We need a winger that can cross a ball. This boy can cross a ball, but I don't think he comes cheap. And I saw a few of your chat comments before I came live. And I know the Saints Network were in. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate you being here. It'd be good to get you guys actually on the show. It'd be good to collab this season at some stage. Loving your work. And they were saying about the contract length of Tom Fellows. Well, I have had a look at that quickly before I come on and did this, like before I came on camera. Tom Fellows has a contract with West Bromwich Albion. It runs to the summer of 2027. He signed a 3.5-year contract extension on January the 26th last year, 2024. So he is an academy product, 22 years old, and he is a valuable asset to West Bromwich Albion. He's probably their biggest asset right now. Like I said, he's come through the academy, which means that any money that gets generated from any deal to sell him will be pure profit. Fellows had a very good season last season at West Bromwich Albion, and we're going to break down the stats very shortly and put them on your screen. But Fellows was actually linked a week or so ago when I read with a move to Everton. Everton, who are interested in Tyler Dibbling, and reportedly today showing now an interest in Jack Grealish as well. I'm not convinced that they're going to be able to land Jack Grealish with the money that he is earning, whether that could be potentially become a loan. But that is emerging this afternoon that Jack Grealish could be a potential target for Everton, who want Dibbling. But Fellows, like I said, was linked a week ago. And yeah, I'm intrigued by this signing. So I've got the stats. I've broken it all down for you and had a look at what he did in the Championship last season. So the stats I'm going to give you are what he did in the Championship. And look, I don't think last year was as good as some years he's had, but he's been a good talent for a while, breaking through at West Bromwich Albion. Right, let's pop them on the screen for you to have a look at. And we will take a closer look at his stats. So Tom Fellows, West Bromwich Albion Championship 24-25 stats. He scored 4 goals. He started 35 games last season in the Championship. He got 14 assists, which that is a huge amount of assists for a winger. And he does have a very good cross on him. And I've got the stat on the crosses. He made 40 crosses last season that were successful. So 40 successful crosses. He created 62 chances. So he's a player that creates a lot of chances. Doesn't win loads of his duels. It was one of his when I was looking at the stats on FTMOB that they were saying that just looking across it, it was ranked quite low in the division with the duels that he won. Shots, like I said, 42. Assists with a big thing. 14 assists, I think, is pretty big. 40 crosses. Pass accuracy of 72. 87.2. Sorry, 87.2% pass accuracy. That was high. So I think he's a player that would be a really good addition for us if we could look to get him in. It remains to be seen whether we can pull that off. There's talk that they want a lot of money for him. But Saints are going to fetch a lot of money for Tyler Dibbling if they get that deal over the line, which they are working on by the looks of things. We'll come on to that very, very shortly. So Tom follows. Is he a player that you would take at Southampton? Yes or no? Let's get some of your comments on the screen. Let's get you guys involved in the live. Right, what do we have? Ryan Matthews, I really want this done. However, I'm seeing West Brom saying it will cost near enough £20 million. Yes, I agree. No chance that Saints will pay £50 million. We covered the contract that the Saints network was saying. Thank you for pointing that one out early doors, because it gave me that a minute to quickly find the contract length. What else do we have here as well? Let's go to some of your thoughts on this. A few saying 10 plus 2.5 and add-ons. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see if we could strike a deal, and that's the thing, isn't it? Can we package up a deal? I've got it on the bottom of your screen. Somebody has mentioned it. Southampton are likely to send Dom Ballard out on loan again this season. Reading, once again, are very interested in taking him back to League One. And there are also other clubs looking for Dom Ballard as well. Right, let's carry on with your chat in this live show this evening. Absolutely take him, said Kian. Look forward to seeing the weekend, Kian. Steve, thank you for joining the live, my friend. Really looking forward to catch up with you tomorrow at St Mary's. It is the Fans Forum from BBC Radio Solent tomorrow evening. What else do we have in here? Hold on 2 seconds. 40 crosses to Downs results in a minimum of 12 goals. I totally agree. And when you've got a striker like Damien Downs, you need players that are going to provide the crosses, provide the service. Absolutely. Sam Ford is saying he's not better than Archer, Stewart or Downs. Totally different player to all of those. Totally different to Archer. He's a winger, where Archer's not a winger. Stewart's not a winger, nor is Downs. That's the only thing I would say to that. Downs is a player that can win headers, but he's a championship player, Sam. I get where you're coming from. You're kind of saying he's not a better quality player than them. Probably tend to agree with that. If he was better, he would probably be getting snapped up by a Premier League club right now and not another Championship club. You know, he would have took that step to the Prem, wouldn't he? So yeah, I get where you're coming from on that. Sorry to see Ballard on loan again. Should give him a chance for the first team. Yeah, I think he obviously he needs game time, and we're not seeing a great deal of great game time for him over pre-season. Follows crosses, Stewart in the box. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. It could be a really good combination, couldn't it? If they could pull it off. But we do need wingers. As they've already come out and said they want wingers, Saints. So hopefully we will get a winger in. Make sure you don't miss out on my Championship predictions video. That is now live here on YouTube. I've got all the predictions for the Championship campaign from myself. My thoughts ahead of the new season. The video's gone down an absolute storm. So make sure you go check that out if you haven't done so already. Right, some more stories. You would have seen it on the bottom of the ticker a short while ago around midfielder Will Smallbone. I read from another one from Jack Rosser, who I said was a very good source when it comes to transfer speculation, transfer news. He was speaking this afternoon and put a tweet out where he said Will Smallbone could move on from Southampton this summer. Was surprised to see that one, actually, that Smallbone could potentially move on with a lack of midfielders that we have. He didn't play any part on the weekend because he does have an injury, and it looks like he could be potentially struggling a little bit for the weekend, but I believe that he has been in and around training last couple of days. I think I saw a glimpse of him a few days ago. Flynn Downs is definitely back in training, which is really, really good news. And also Mateus Fernandez is training with the first team. One man that is not training with the first team right now is Tyler Dibbling. All that speculation around Dibbling right now, like there is Fernandez, but Tyler Dibbling, there is loads of speculation around him right now because he is training away from the first team. We will come on to everything that's been said today because there is quite a lot to cover regarding Dibbling, because Saints do start the Championship campaign, as we all know, against Wrexham on Saturday. Then we have a player and his future well and truly up in the air. And not only is it up in the air, Will still, according to reports today from Jack Rosser once again, it said that the youngster should train away from the first team, and that is what has been happening. He has not kicked up a fuss, Tyler Dibbling, from what Jules Rees-Julian is saying at the Daily Echo. He has not kicked up a fuss. Some people are saying that Dibbling has asked to train away from the first team, which is untrue, according to George, where he has gone on to say that he is working with a small group of players only doing fitness work while they work on a resolution for his future. Saints have already rejected 3 bids from Everton so far, but there is another club come to the table, according to reports today, because Leipzig are still very keen to take Dibbling. That remains to be seen. Saints, though, very firm on what they want for him. £50 million is what Southampton want for him, and they won't budge on that by the looks of things. I don't think they're too far apart with Everton, according to what's been said, and I'm not sure they're going to be quibbling over £5 million. And people said they're turning their interest to Jack Grealish, or they're turning it to other players. I think it's nonsense. They got this far down the line. They've had this much conversation with Saints, because the conversation would have gone on. We're talking about 5, maybe 6, 7 million in difference. They will find a way. If Everton really want to make it happen, they will make it happen. I just think they're probably at this moment in time, think they're in the pole position, thinking that we need the money because we're the relegated club right now. And Dibbling probably wants to go and play Premier League football. And they think, hold on a minute, we can bend Saints over here. Well, it is not going to happen. Look, other clubs will come to the table. There's no doubt about that. Dibbling is in demand, big time. But at this moment in time, he's training away from the first team. Mateus Fernandes, though, he is not, which kind of makes you question, wonder why this has happened, because Fernandes, he's got all these clubs interested in him. Is it because Dibbling's that much closer to a move than Fernandes? I'm pleased to see Fernandes training, because that, to me, gives me the positivity that he will be involved at the weekend and play some part against Wrexham. Dibbling, though, I don't think there's any doubt that he won't play any part against Wrexham this weekend. There's all the information on the ticker below. I've got the Leipzig story in there for you as well, because they are going to generate a bit of cash because of the deal, because they're going to sell Sesko at this moment in time. I'm not sure if that's been done and dusted yet, but it is going to raise them a bit of money. So they will have money to invest in players, and I'm not convinced to see Dibbling go overseas. Make sure you get involved in the conversation below. This is going out live. This is a live stream. However, if you're watching on catch up, because it has gone out quite early today, this show, please do get in the conversation below. Right, let's read some of your comments now, see what you're saying about the current situation around Tyler Dibbling. This breaking news that he is training away from the first team squad. Right, let's have a look at what is in the conversation. Thank you for all of you that have joined the stream. Really do appreciate it. £45 million for Dibbling, and I think we will take it. It looks to me that it will be 50 million to secure him. Adam, I'm good, mate. Thank you for joining the live, my friend. Hope that you are well. 50 million for any Premier League side is crazy, given he wouldn't be playing every week. I agree. He's definitely a squad player and not a starter for anyone right now. Paul has mentioned about Spurs. They were very keen on Tyler Dibbling at the start of this summer's transfer window. And there was a lot of stories running up to before Postecoglou was sacked that he was a big target and they were confident of landing him. Well, it's gone very, very quiet with Spurs. I heard rumours a while ago that he'd had talks with Chelsea as well. How true that was, I don't know. It wasn't ever in the mainstream press, but I did hear it, heard it whispered. And yeah, whether that's true or not, he's already been there once and come back as Tyler Dibbling. So Adam's in Portugal, mate. Hope you're having a great time in Portugal, mate. Sam is saying it'd be a good move for Dibbling to go to Germany, and must admit, yeah, I agree. I think it would be good for his development as a player. It's a good league to go and play in as well. Neil was saying that Everton's interest might spark a frenzy with other clubs coming in. And Saints are probably looking at it now thinking, yeah, we don't want to get this boy injured, because if he gets injured and we can't sell him, it becomes a bit of a problem. And there's no doubt the Saints need money to come in. And a lot of people are panicking now because we haven't made any signings. We've made 2 signings and the season kicks off on Saturday, and we haven't seen enough of players going out the door. The Saints Network is talking about the conversation I had about Will Smallbone. Not disappointed if Smallbone goes. Good squad player, but thought Moses Sesse was sensational against Brighton. And I think you're right. I think Moses was so good at the weekend. And I actually think if Downs is injured at the weekend, with Smallbone struggling with the injury, we're going to come on to a story around Joe Aribo very shortly. He won't be involved the weekend. I think Sesse, at this moment in time, until we sign another midfielder, looks like he could start this weekend. He could potentially start this weekend. I thought Sesse was absolutely magnificent the weekend. A brilliant performance from a young player that was prepared to take the ball anywhere in the pitch with players around him and just take it and give it and go. And he just looked a real live wire, a real energy and a real fearlessness about him. And I said it on the show Monday when I did my transfer show and I spoke about him. He's just a player that excites me so much because he doesn't have attached to him all the crap from last season, that terrible season, all those defeats, that negativity. He's come through from the under-21s, under-18s, worked his way through, and now he's fresh, he's young, and he's not scarred by it. So that, for me, really, really excites me. Josh, thank you for joining the live. From what I am hearing from quite a few journalists, is that Dibbling is still recovering from an injury, and that is maybe why he's training alone. Yes, he's recovering from injury, but he definitely hasn't kicked up a fuss. Like one reporter had said today that he kicked up a fuss. He hasn't kicked up a fuss. I don't think he's that sort of person, and he's not that sort of player. He is a top player, and I think he's a decent human being as well. He's very calm, very cool, and quite collective. Keane has said, when do we expect the squad numbers to be announced? Well, hopefully we'll see that in the next couple of days. Ipswich have announced theirs today. I wonder whether Southampton will release theirs maybe later on today, tomorrow, you would think. Right, James Harron is in. James, thank you for joining, mate. Hope that you are well, my friend. Fellows would be a great signing. Really like him, and we desperately need some attacking wide players. Absolutely we do. Absolutely we do. I think it's really, really important. Sam is saying about Dibbling. Didn't Dibbling play 60-minute Saturdays? That's an interesting point, Sam. That you're a good man for pointing that one out, Sam, because like we're saying, he's training away because he was coming back from an injury, but he played 60 minutes in the behind closed doors friendly. So there's got to be something to it. No, I totally agree with you on that. Haven't seen anything on Fellows. It is a story that is around the internet, not by the greatest sources, but it's been rumoured that we've had early conversations with him. No official bid from any club has apparently been tabled to West Bromwich Albion just yet. What do we have here? Joe Aribo had this story from Monday, and it's kind of rumbled on a bit into today, Wednesday, and that is around Joe Aribo because he's got interest. There's no doubt about that. He's got interest. A couple of clubs in Turkey are keen to take Aribo to Turkey, and he's not too keen to go there. That's from, again, Jack Rosso using his stories quite a bit tonight. Subjective interest from a few Turkish clubs. Reluctant to move to Turkey is Joe Aribo at this moment in time. So I don't think he plays any part this weekend against Wrexham, and I think he is definitely on his way. But it does leave us a little bit lightweight in midfield, doesn't it? Because he has he's been an important player over the last few years, very, very versatile, played in loads of different positions for Southampton. And I was a little bit harsh on him on Monday. I just said, well, if he don't want to be here and he needs some headspace because that's what he needed at the weekend, I was like, well, move him on if that is the case. Well, he is versatile, and we just don't have loads of options, do we? We just don't have loads of options. Right, I'm coming to the back end of the transfer show this evening. It's been a pleasure to be here. Tomorrow we'll build up to the Wrexham game. I've got some good content coming your way because I did sit down this week with a Wrexham podcast to get an insight into what's happened there over the summer. They've been busy in the transfer window last couple of weeks. We will catch up on all of that, get a little bit of an insight from a Wrexham fan who follows the club week in, week out, has a podcast around them, and it will be really good because Andy's joining me on the show. I'm going to do my predicted lineup tomorrow as well. So I'm going to look at what my predicted Saints lineup is. And I'm waiting to do my lineup. I'm waiting for the squad numbers and the new photos to finish doing the layout. And I can't do it because I don't have everything. So hopefully we get the squad announcement so I can get that show out. Can't wait for the Wrexham game neither, Sam. I'm absolutely buzzing to be there, mate. And if you are at the ground and you see me, mate, please say hello. I really appreciate you joining my lives each and every time. You're one of the regulars that tunes in, and I really appreciate it. Russell Martin has been quiet regarding coming in for our players. He has been very quiet, hasn't he? Maybe he didn't leave Southampton under the greatest of terms and they're not too keen on doing business with him or anybody that's involved with him. Maybe. I know that he's, I'm not going to say too much more on that one. Sesse and Robinson have been the standouts so far. Hopefully give a select few a kick up the arse. I totally agree with that comment in the comments box below. An attacking midfielder and winger, and I'll be satisfied. I totally agree with that one as well. Great comment. I do agree. It's an absolute must that we get some attacking players in, because I don't see Fernandes as that creative player. I see him as that player that's going to keep the ball moving and keep it working in midfield. But we really, really do need that creative midfielder really, really quickly. I think that's really important. What else do we have before I wrap up the live this evening? I really, really appreciate everything. We have a comment from Joey in the comments. He's talking about Aribo. He is one of the highest earners. You're right in saying that. I like Aribo, but considering he's on £70,000 a week, just get rid at this point. He's on a large amount of money, and the man has been given headspace. I'll tell you what, if I was on 70 grand a week, I will be not needing any headspace. Give your head a wobble. I'd be quite happy to be picking up 70 grand a week. I probably need the headspace to know what to do with that sort of cash in a month. It's just an insane amount of money, isn't it, Joey? 70 grand a week. But he's had some headspace this week. Yeah, unbelievable what footballers earn. It really, really is absolutely insane. Right, stay tuned to the channel. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do get subscribed because there's content galore coming in the next few days. First game this weekend, we've got all the fan build-up. We've got we've got early season predictions from the fans on Saturday that are coming on the fan cam. There's loads of post-match as well. Do you see Ryan Fraser starting the weekend after a good pre-season? Chris Oakley, I think he's the first name on the team sheet at this moment in time. And a lot of people say, Martin, what are you on about, mate? But I do think, and I have to be honest with you, I think he was brilliant on Saturday. His energy, his work rate. Yes, he's not the best player in the world, but he's got an engine. He's the fittest player in that team. He played the whole game the weekend. I don't think he come off. And his fitness levels were really good. And you know what? We need players that want to be here. He's tracking back, working, getting tackles, and he's got a point to prove, and he's playing for the manager. I really, really like that about him. So, yeah, I do think he will start. A lot of players don't want him to. Yeah, we need more creativity. We need more flair. We need more quality. I think Ryan will play a big part in this first month of the season, you know, because you've got we've got 3-4 big games before the window shuts. And that's the biggest concern. It's obviously Wrexham the weekend, Ipswich the week after, massive game at Ipswich, huge game, really. I know it's the second game, but it's a rival for the title. Now, I've said it in my predictions. I think we're going to be there. It'll be between us and them, in my opinion. A game you want to win, if you want to win the league, we need to go there and beat them or get something from them. And then there's big games, Stoke, and also that game against Watford away. So it's a tough 4 weeks. So someone like Ryan Fraser will be really important. And I think we just need to get out of the first 4 games intact with maximum points. And it's a good question to you. Leave them in the comments box below because the stream is going to end very, very soon. But I'd love to know what you think the minimum requirement is for points in the first 4 games. How many points do we get? I know a lot of Wrexham fans will be happy to come and grab a point from us the weekend. They'd be happy with a point. For me, personally, I want them to see more than it's a 3 points. Start the season on a high, get a win, get the fans buzzing, get the ground buzzing, and then go to Portman Road, put a performance in, and then you just never know how this first month could pan out because we've got the 4 games, international break, and then it's Pompey on the other side of it. It's a huge start to the championship campaign. 8 points minimum from 12. Yeah, I think you're right. 8 to 10 points would be massive in the opening 4. I think it's a huge period. No matter what anyone says, it's all about rhythm. It's all about momentum. But we're in such a transition, aren't we? And I keep talking about it every time. People come up to me every day, like, how do you feel the season's going to go? I was like, we're in so much transition right now. There is so much happening. And like Sam just said in the chat below, I agree with you. And I've been saying it for ages. Like, the derby is at a bad time for us. It really is. So I do worry about the timing of it. And I think it is a bit of a nightmare. I really, really do. So yeah, massive few weeks. Massive few weeks. Can't wait. We will be all over it. We will cover every single story. We will cover every game, everything that happens here on the Football Martin channel. I love Southampton just as much as you do, and you have your opportunity to get involved in the conversation below. And I'm going to take it a step further next week, where I'm going to do a call-in show here on YouTube. Just about to announce this across all my social media social media platforms, where you will be able to get involved and join me on this show. You don't have to show your face. You can come on in audio format. You'll be sent a link, be vetted out by one of my team on the phone, and then we will get you on the Football Martin channel, and there will be a call-in show. And certainly with the games I don't go to, it's something I want to do. Like a 606 style, I did it on TikTok, and it worked really, really well. And we're going to bring that to the Football Martin channel this year, so you guys can come on and have your say if you want to. I think it'd be a really good addition to the channel. So looking forward to bringing you that. Have a great Wednesday evening. It feels like Friday to me. I'm off to the Fans Forum tomorrow. I will bring all the reaction to that as well on the channel. So stay tuned, and I'll be all over my social media as well. X, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you follow me. I will cover everything. Take care, and I'll see you again really, really soon.